Hi everyone, I'm Sybil. In today's podcast, we will explore The Mindful Child, a family education book written by Susan Kaiser Greenland, one of the pioneers in child mindfulness. This book provides valuable insights for parents and teachers on how to meaningfully integrate mindfulness into children's lives. It proposes various practices and attitudes that can be adopted to help children develop awareness of their breathing, the physical world around them, and their inner experiences, thereby cultivating attention skills and social psychological tools that will benefit them throughout their lives. In today's review, we will focus on assessing the effectiveness of cultivating children's friendly awareness, particularly analyzing how well this strategy is supported by existing research, evaluating the robustness of its usefulness across children's developmental stages, and identifying important arguments that are missing from this book. One of the primary arguments proposed by Greenland is the importance of fostering a friendly awareness in our daily lives. She emphasizes the benefits of nurturing children to become friendly observers by adopting a non-judgmental, kind, and curious attitude towards their inner experiences, including physical sensations, thoughts, and emotions. This approach can help children to put their problems in perspective by better understanding what's going on in their inner and outer world. A specific technique Greenland recommends is teaching children to create a breathing room. This is a mindful pause between observation and execution. By taking a moment to step back, children can respond to others in a less reactive and more thoughtful way. For instance, during conversations, they can ask themselves 3 questions before speaking. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Thereby encouraging a more thoughtful communication. The benefits of mindful awareness continues to be supported by a wide range of recent empirical research. On a behavioral level, study by Flock demonstrated that children with poor executive functions who participated in regular mindful awareness practices significantly improved their emotional and behavioral regulations, primarily through an increased understanding of themselves, others, and their environment. From a psychological perspective, children who engage in 3 minutes of daily mindfulness training reported heightened optimism, likely due to disrupted negative thought patterns and increased positive outlook on life. Socially, students who practiced just 15 minutes of mindful breathing self-reported a reduction in negative biases related to weight, attitudes, and perspectives of novel stimuli. These findings all provided compelling evidence that mindful awareness is a useful skill in expanding children's universe by giving them a way to navigate complex situations, thereby benefiting their emotional, cognitive, and even social development. Nevertheless, it is important to note that it's not always necessary for children to take a pause before action and speech. Lynch suggests that over-control, such as inhibited expression, frozen feedback, or delayed responding, can lead to social isolation and loneliness, disrupting an individual's inner nature. Similarly, this book also emphasizes that parents need to have confidence that their children have good judgment or are in the process of developing it. All they need to do is to provide a good model for them to learn from. Despite research support, the applicability of the friendly awareness approach may depend on external factors, such as children's developmental stages. Piaget proposed 4 primary stages of cognitive development, emphasizing that children's cognitive abilities are intact at different stages, and they can only do certain things at certain time. Mindful awareness is a high-order cognitive function, involving an abstract understanding of oneself and others. And according to Piaget's model, the concept of reciprocity, such as understanding that others have different thoughts and perspectives from them, only begins to develop during the concrete operational stage, which occurs between age 7 and 11. Additionally, it is not until the formal operational stage at age 11 do children gain the ability to engage in abstract thinking and navigate hypothetical situations, such as thinking, if I take a pause and organize my thoughts, what benefits would occur? Before reaching these developmental milestones, it can be very challenging for parents to explain the concept of awareness to their children. Therefore, child mindfulness practice should be developmentally tailored. Activities for younger children might focus on sensory awareness and simple breathing games, while older children can engage more directly in metacognitive reflections. After reading this book, I also noticed an important argument missing from the author's logic. As The Mindful Child was written in 2010, it lacks consideration of one of the modern sources of child communication pathway, that is social media and internet usage. In today's fast-paced digital era, navigating awareness of self and others and maintaining a breathing room can be exceptionally challenging. For example, studies indicate that early, excessive, and low-quality media consumption is linked to increased impulsive behavior in children, even for those with normally good self-control. This is because, unlike face-to-face interactions where individuals receive immediate, visible response, online communication often creates an empathy gap where children cannot fully grasp the feelings of others since they cannot see immediate reactions. This disconnection can make it easier for children to post harsh comments or replies without being aware of the consequences of their words. Therefore, while the approaches offered in this book provide useful communication skills that can be adopted in offline conversations, teaching children to apply friendly awareness on social media is just as important. For most of us, whether we're children, students, or adults, the messages from this book have significant relevance to our daily lives. When dealing with sudden emotional overload in unexpected situations, maintaining a breathing space or considering the 3 gates of speech can quickly help us to calm down and be aware of what inner experiences we are encountering, so we can see them clearly and respond thoughtfully with compassion. For instance, when facing family arguments, asking ourselves, is what I'm about to say kind before responding, can avoid untruthful, harsh words. Therefore, if you ever find yourself overwhelmed either by external chaos or inner emotional turbulence, remember the simple invitation from the book. Take a step back and return to your breath. In that small but powerful pause, you might just find the clarity and calm needed. Personally, I've successfully incorporated mindful awareness into daily life. I try to practice 50-50, a technique to divide attention between internal experience and conversation when discussing sensitive topics with my family. This allows me to remain present while tracking sensations and emotions that arise. If I feel the current emotional breathing room is insufficient, I would request to pause the conversation and temporarily remove myself from the situation. However, one problem is that not everyone understands that your withdrawal is a mindful attempt to maintain friendly awareness. For example, my mother would see my silence as a sign of avoidance of the problem. Therefore, it is also crucial for us to recognize that sustaining mindful awareness is not always within our control. Situational pressures can easily disrupt our effort. Yet, mindfulness is not about achieving perfect awareness at all times, but about cultivating resilience and compassion for ourselves and others. And not reaching a peaceful state is not a failure, but an integral part of the process of developing mindfulness. So be confident and kind to yourself. We have the ability to make an effort in shaping our responses and seeing experiences with clarity, but we are also strong enough to face uncontrollable events when we need to. Mindful awareness is a tool that helps us to be just a little bit stronger, a little bit healthier, and with a little more clarity. This is the end of today's podcast. Thank you for listening. May you be happy, kind, and at ease.